You know, when I'm watching YouTube, you know, I really like the Trainaholic, eh? And he's got all those crazy bins, eh? I remember watching this one episode. He's make a comical piece like, "This is what happens to you when you kind of start losing it and you start buying all this stuff and can't stop yourself, I guess, you know." But I'm always wondering, like, what the heck does he have in all those bins? Well, now that I've pulled out all my stuff, now I know exactly what he's got in his bins. It's stuff like I have, you know, or probably even cooler stuff, you know, and he's bringing to the table the stuff that he knows and likes and has found. And so maybe one day, you know, this will inspire him to open up, his drawers there, or that didn't sound right, and show us what he's got, right? You know, so here's another little piece. This is just a vase. You know, it's got an oriental kind of feel to it or whatever, but you know, that'll look really cool with another one right beside it. Block on top. Up here. Block on top. And again, a guide for scale. So, but, you know, it's got some really interesting detail on it. Now, since I'm kind of talking about the dollar store and that, you know, sometimes this year was a bit of a disappointment, but it's not done. I think I can salvage it. But what I wanted to do was make these modular blocks. So what I did was I bought the foam core board from the dollar store. Now it's only $1 a sheet, which is great. But what happened was, as soon as I put paint on it, all of the paper peeled off, because typically the foam core board, it's got plastic on it, right? So it's more of a, I don't know if it's, well, I guess it's kind of plasticky, but yeah, it's more plasticky than paper. But this is a really thin paper on the foam core board that was at the dollar shop. So you can spend $3 and buy the real stuff, or you can buy the stuff for $1 at the dollar store. But the thing was, as soon as I put, you know, these were looking like mint and like perfect, right? They're all primed up now and they're not finished. But this is actually once I've taken off all of the, once I've taken all the paper off. And so what it's done is it's left all these exposed gaps, right? And, you know, I'm kind of fussy, you know, in particular, you know, I work really hard on the stuff that I do work on, and, you know, now it's kind of botched. So maybe what I'll do is I'll take some drywall filler and fill in all these cracks. And, you know, I made a whole bunch of these too, whatever, but the whole idea was that right away, you know, I could do this, and I could make some steps, you know, turn them on edge, you know, and just do a multiple kind of tier thing, you know, have guys in between, you know, I've got a whole smack of them. Different size cubes. You could do all kinds of different configurations, you know, and just set them up and go, right? So that was really my plan and intention, you know, when I started that. So it's one of those works in progress, so I'll get back to that another day. But this is all the leftover foam pieces from a 3D puzzle. You know, when you buy them and then you got all the pieces you got to chuck away. And I said, well, wait a minute, I could probably use those. So, you know, instead of them sitting in the landfill, you know, they already kind of look like rubble, but almost a little, they're too symmetrical. So I'm not really sure what I'll do with it. You know, maybe I'll just glue them onto the side of, you know, a building or something like that, just to add some added detail. Once I go through it and sort it and see what the pieces look like, you know, I'll add a little bit of magic onto it and make something happen.